We now call this city council meeting to order, January 20th, 2026. Ma'am?
All right, Mayor Lindsay,
Yeah, here?
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Bond,
Here.
Councilwoman Grove,
Present.
Councilwoman Wright,
Here.
Councilwoman Eggleston,
Here.
and Vice Mayor Shammy.
Here.
All seven present.
I do not see Reverend Perry here, so if the fire chief will do the invocation.
Father, Lord, we thank you for the day and your many blessings and your favors. We pray that you please be in this meeting tonight. Let thy perfect will be done. Bless our troops, our first responders, and their families. In Jesus' name, amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And with that, we need action on the minutes for January 5th, 26.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Cook, second by Vice Mayor Shammy. Any discussion on those? Ma'am?
All right, Mayor Lindsay,
Yes.
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Bond,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright,
Yes.
Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
and Vice Mayor Shammy.
Yes.
Need a motion to accept the minutes for 1/12/26 special meeting?
So,
That meeting was actually canceled. That was last week. We didn't have a
All right,
meeting.
we-
So the agenda.
Communications. Charlotte Farley has applied for the Social Service Committee interview and appointment. If you'd like to, just come stand up here, that'll be fine. Any questions for Charlotte on her application?
I make a motion, we accept her.
I was going to ask a question, yeah. Why do you feel you'd be a good candidate for this position?
Well, I am a senior citizen, and I just have a kind heart for them. And someone needed to step up, and that would be me.
Yeah.
So here I am, applying.
Thank you, ma'am. I need a second on the motion, and then we'll have comments.
Second.
Any questions?
I just have a statement.
Motion from Mr. Cook, second by Vice Mayor Shammy. Go ahead with the roll, please.
Okay, Mayor Lindsay,
Yes?
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Bond,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove,
Absolutely, yes.
Councilwoman Wright,
Yes.
Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Shammy.
Yes.
Accepted 7-0.
Any comments now? Mrs.
Yeah.
Grove?
Yes, I got to work with Charlotte this past summer at the community garden that's behind
FYI.
FYI, which I used to work at, and my mind just went phew. And she was wonderful to work with. I loved talking to her. When she talked about New Carlisle and the citizens here, she truly has a heart for the people here. And this was before Social Services Commission even came about. When she came to us about the situation happening with the senior citizens, and we had that seat open, I knew that she would be a prime candidate for that, and I'm very, very thankful that she applied, because I think she's going to do wonderful and do wonderful things for our community, as she loves so many people here. And I see that she loves the children, the senior citizens, and everybody in between. So I'm very thankful for you, Charlotte.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Thank you, ma'am. We will,
Mr.
moment,
Mayor,
sir.
I'm sorry. Mr. Mayor, I wasn't sure if we were going to potentially go into an executive session at this point. I do have some.
I'm going to swear her in
Oh,
first, sir.
apologies.
If you come up here, if you wouldn't mind.
Do you want this?
Yes. See what it says.
Is somebody going to get pictures for
They
her?
changed apparently.
Kind of come real slow.
Now, Raise your hand and repeat
Donnie,
after me.
did you want to get pictures for her?
I, Charlotte Farley,
I, Charlotte Farley,
affirm
affirm
to support the Constitution of the United States,
to support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Charter,
the Charter,
and all ordinances of the City of New Carlisle,
and all ordinances of the City of New Carlisle,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly, and impartially
honestly, and impartially
discharge the duties of my office
discharge the duties of my office
to the best of my
to
abilities,
the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes. Ma'am, after the meeting, see the clerk, and she'll have you sign some paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Hall?
At this time, I wasn't sure, Mr. Mayor, if you'd like to call an executive session or if you'd like to press on.
I would entertain a motion for an executive session.
So move.
Oh, hold on one second, I'm sorry, apologies. We have to break rules of council.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm sorry. Can we do comments from the public first?
We'll come back and finish everything afterwards.
Okay, sounds good.
And I need the motion second
The
withdrew.
motion, we break
Withdraw,
rules of
second.
They're
council.
on the motion.
Okay, Kathy, motion to break rules of council.
I'll
Second.
second
Mr. Cook, second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, correction. Ma'am, got my meetings confused.
Councilman Bond,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright,
Yes.
Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Shammy,
Yes.
Mayor Lindsay,
Yes.
and Councilman Cook.
Yes.
Now I will entertain a motion to go into executive session for the purpose of economic development.
So move.
Second.
Mayor Lindsay,
Yes.
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Bond,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright,
Yes.
Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
and Vice Mayor Shammy.
Yes.
Now, if all of you in the galley would go sit in your cars, we will be coming back after our executive session and continue with the meeting.
Would you
Do you
like
have an estimate on how
Sir,
long? so we know?
trustees or the administrator to be a part of the executive session?
Trustees can, trustees and administrator can stay.
So move for the go back
Second.
into regular session.
Second.
Okay, Mayor Lindsay,
Yes.
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Bond,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright,
Yes.
Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
and Vice Mayor Shammy.
Yes.
And, pardon me, sir?
You gonna call the crowd?
If I could get both deputies or one of you to go out and tell people if the car's running, they can turn them off and come in, it'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Somebody definitely left. The car.
I hated that it ended like.
God bless Ron.
We do really thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for the.
I've been here.
This is the beginning, hopefully.
Oh, please, yeah, the very beginning. Let's do it. It's, since I was a kid, it's been like between Park Lane and New Carlisle, and I hate that. I really hate that. I'd like to be joint. Yeah.
How are you?
Special in a good way, not the negative way.
Hopefully.
Just to remind
Just for
everybody, we are
clarification to the
being
camera
recorded.
Oh,
audience.
crap. I totally forgot. I apologize.
We are still being recorded, so be careful what you say, please. And Mr. Hall, I think we're to you with the city manager's report.
Okay, city manager's report. I have all of our departmental reports attached to the council packet that's also been provided to the public. Upcoming legislation, I will have a talking point from our finance director about our end-of-year closeout on finances. But skipping on to upcoming legislation, we're in charter amendment season. So I believe we have one of those amendments upcoming here under legislation, but we do have some other amendments that we're working on. And next, I would like to kick it over to Miss Colleen Harris to give a finance brief.
Thank you. So I just wanted to do, I know we're going to have our town hall meeting, but I wanted to highlight just a few things for the end of the year for 2025. We had a lot of very active departments. One is with the ambulance billing, and that revenue was $415,000 this year, and it was $368,000 last year. That also goes in sync with your reports on how many runs they've been doing. So excellent job on that. And the shelter rentals, they have doubled our rent in the last 2 years since we've gotten our extra shelters. So that brought in $46,000 last year. The zoning permits, Mr. Moore has been very busy. In 2023, we brought in $4,000 worth of zoning permits, and last year was $30,418. That also kept our office very busy. Thank you, Angela, with the front counter and receiving the permits, keeping track of it. The other shout out is the lead program that was completed last year. That was that $2.1 million grant was all completed. That was a lot of work for the water department with their flyers and getting everybody to put the information back. It also was a lot in the office, street department too, so a little shout out there. The subdivisions, we have 65 new active accounts. 41 of those houses are now occupied. This was probably one of the biggest revenue hits. In 2023, our water tap-ins, I believe we had one, so it brought in about $5,000. In 2024, we had 3 tap-ins. They brought in about $10,000. We had 119 tap-ins in 2025. 157,000 went to the water capital program and 90,000 into the wastewater. Huge. So I just wanted to shout out to our department and the water department. That's a lot of new accounts. That's a lot of new people in our office. That's a lot of new billing that will eventually hit. So shouting out to my team. They've done an excellent job. Shouting out to the water department, the planning, the ambulance. I mean, every department just had a really good year. So I just wanted to recap a little bit. And the general fund did end up with more than our 2.5 mil that we wanted to keep as our reserve. So that was a good ending. And with that, I have my report to hopefully approve.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Need a motion to approve the finance report?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Cook, second by Vice Mayor Shammy.
Mayor Lindsay,
Yes?
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Bond,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright,
Yes.
Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Shammy.
Yes.
7-0.
And a motion to approve the mayor's financial court report.
So moved.
Vice Mayor Shammy moved, Mr. Cook second.
Okay, Councilman Bond,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright,
Yes.
and Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Shammy,
Yes.
Mayor Lindsay.
Yes.
And Councilman Cook.
Yes.
7-0.
Anything else in your report, sir?
Yeah, just summarize I want to again commend Ms. Harris and her team and you all for being extremely prudent with our taxpayer dollars. I think some other things that highlighted that I noticed with the report was, we have very little debt, we have excellent credit, and we have some money to spare to make some more investments. So from a business perspective, we're in excellent shape.
Awesome news.
Yay.
Next, we have, we're in the season of interviews. We're hiring 2 new positions, a new administrative assistant position and a code enforcement officer. Those interviews are going on. They went on today. They're going on this week. So we hope to be making our selections and onboarding here within the next couple weeks. Next topic I had was the newsletter. Hope was when I put this city manager report, it would be in everybody's mailbox by now. We've had our copies for a little over a week. I anticipate any day they're going to be hitting mailboxes. Miss April Lowry spent a lot of time and work into that. Very proud of that product. So coming to you soon. Last, I do have a United Senior Services update. We have a series of United Senior Services discussions coming up with our Social Services Commission, but I spoke with the owner of Studebakers, Mr. Studebaker, and he assured me that they have agreed on terms for a meal deal between USS and Studebaker's Restaurant. It'll be 2 days a week, let me see specifically, Mondays and Wednesdays, 11 to 1 p.m. It will have a limited menu, and the reason behind that is they have certain FDA food guidelines that they have to meet in order to satisfy the levy and the money. And they've never done a dine-in. They've done a takeout option, I guess, in the past, I think through the COVID years. So he's excited about it. They will have there's a banquet room inside Studebakers, so that fellowship, communal aspect will be satisfied with that. It'll be just for USS card holders. You will use your card, from my understanding, to pay. And additionally, there will be you'll get your meal, and then you'll get the option of a take-home meal at a reduced rate. So it's kind of a decent deal. I know we had talked or had heard that it may be up to 20 meals a month. It sounds like we're about 8 meals right now. But I add that to the caveat that we have a Social Services Commission special meeting this Friday at 3 p.m. And that is specifically about United Senior Services and coming together with, exactly what our wants are, what our desires are. And then we have a representative of United Senior Services that will be in the next regular scheduled social services meeting on the 5th of February at 6 p.m. here at Heritage Hall. So we will hopefully be getting some more information and some better options for our elder folks here in town. But other than that, that is your city manager's report.
Does that include any senior in the city? Or do they have to join something to get that, or is that just involving the?
I believe it's the same criteria of what we had at Lake Avenue. I think you have to have it's $10 membership, annual membership.
No, I mean,
No?
I have
Okay.
a membership, but I don't get a meal card.
Okay.
That, I think, is issued based on income,
Okay,
so I think you have to apply for that.
Apply for the card.
Yes, apply for the meal card.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
okay.
Now, when it was open at the lake facility, any senior could come in and you could make a donation. But if they're talking about a meal card, that's going to be specific to an individual.
Okay, so more information to follow, because when I talked with Mr. Studebaker, the one thing that's not equated in the cost is the server. So they ask for donations through tips, so the donated amount of money for the meal will go to the server. But more information to follow. But it does look like we are getting some of our meals back that we lost. And more information, hopefully, especially when we have the representative out here. I encourage, the public and council to attend that, because this is a county levy that we're all paying into. And we just want to make sure that we're, getting adequate support, from the levy that we all pay into.
Any questions for the city manager, council?
No. Mr. Mayor, I did receive a newsletter at the house today.
Yeah.
So, figured I'd get you a smile on that face.
What'd you think of it? Oh, good.
That's wonderful.
I didn't even get any mail.
It's a
I haven't got it
masterpiece.
yet.
What are you talking about?
I did get, I skipped my house.
With that, we'll move on to comments from members of the public. Anybody out there would like to come to the podium and state your name, address, and tell us what's on your mind?
Charlotte Farley, 1204 Hemlock Way. I just wanted to come up and say a few words. On behalf of our seniors at Lake Avenue Retirement and others throughout the city, I personally wanted to come up and publicly like to thank the following individuals who recently supported our most vulnerable citizens, our senior population. Mr. Brian Moore. Mr. Brian Moore graciously sponsored a New Year's celebration by purchasing pork and sauerkraut. This dinner was held on Saturday, January 3. We had 26 attendees who bought side dishes and drinks, and everyone enjoyed a delicious meal and fellowship to begin the new year. So thank you so much, Mr. Moore. Mr. William Cook, not to be outdone by Mr. Moore, our very own Mr. Cook sponsored a meal just yesterday on Martin Luther King Day. Roasted chicken from Melody in Park Lane was purchased and enjoyed by everyone. Again, everyone brought in side dishes and drinks. We had a total of 40 seniors signed up to attend. However, there were a couple of them were sick and the frigid cold temperatures, but we ended up with 35, actually, who came in at 8. So thank you so much, Mr. Cook. And I just added here, this generosity is so much appreciated by our seniors who sometimes feel forgotten and unwanted or maybe not cared for. And I say that lightly because some of these seniors do not have families at all. They rely on other seniors for their support. So with the unexpected departure of the USS last month, the perception that our senior population does not matter needs to change. This burden belongs to all citizens of New Carlisle. And finally, I'm just excited to start working with the Social Services Commission to change that perspective and move forward from this point forward. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And thank you, Mr. Moore and Mr. Cook, for your generosities.
Yes.
Anyone else has anything to say? Hello.
I'm Beth Handworker. Address is 301 North Medway, Carlisle. Let me spell my last name. Okay. All right. So we, this is Amy Bilbrey and Emily Seymour. We had a meeting, an ad hoc meeting for the Parks and Rec stuff. And so we had a couple things that we wanted to talk about and bring ideas to you guys and get your feedback on what we can and can't do and things like that. Kind of low-hanging fruit that's kind of easy. Emily said that you guys were wanting feedback about the Easter egg hunt and things like that and what should we be doing. Oh, that's tomorrow? JK. We're not going to talk about that. Okay. All right. So I think we were coming up with ideas of how we could raise money, and so one of those is the sponsorship banners, which I think there's legislation tonight on the docket about that. And so we were wondering, how do we facilitate who collects the money and how it's used and things like that. And so we wanted some ideas and feedback about that. We were looking at the NatureWorks grant that's out there, and so there's with 25%, you get 75% free reimbursement, and so that money has to be spent on rehabilitation or improvements. It can't be spent on operating expenses, and so I'm just trying to understand, okay, if we raise money by selling the banners, are you raising the money, are we raising the money, how is that money going to be used? And how can we allocate it towards the pool improvements rather than just operating And what is the operating delta that we're gonna have to come up with Swim Safe to be cash neutral?
So.
Yes.
So kind of so we have like this really unofficial Friends of the Pool group going on. And part of that is because some of the people live outside of city limits, so they couldn't have served on the Parks and Rec committee anyway. So what we're kind of wondering if we can do is somehow form this group, maybe get a 501c3, and take some of the pressure off of the Parks and Rec committee so that they can also focus on the parks, because I know the pool is a hot topic right now and we're kind of on a clock with it. So we're kind of wondering if there's a way we can build this group up and raise money for the pool by way of like a 501c3. Are we allowed to collect money on behalf of the pool? Things like that. We're just kind of figuring out what our bounds are here and how we can be the most helpful in that aspect.
I will defer to Mr. Jeffries, our attorney, but before I do, I will tell you what I think. It may or may not be what he thinks. You can definitely get a 501(c)(3). 3C. You can raise any money you want. You cannot, I don't believe, can raise it for a city-owned property. You can give that money to the city with stipulations that it goes towards the pool. And if I am not correct, somebody over there tell me before I keep going. But I do believe that that is within the law of doing. Anybody can do a 501(c)(3) for a fundraiser, and then they can donate that money to whoever, whatever they want.
So if we did that, there would be restricted funds for the pool.
Yeah, we could probably restrict it to the pool, but we would have to have a chat with our financial person and maybe set a restricted fund. But I'm gonna let her answer that because again, my answer and her answer is probably two different things.
Sure.
So if whoever wants to answer that, Ms. Harris or Mrs. Harris or Mr. Jeffries?
I mean, if there's a 501c3, that's independent of the city.
Right.
So that, could operate however it wants to operate. But the sponsorship donation program, those funds would have to be paid directly to the city. The Parks Board shouldn't have any involvement in receiving those funds. And I believe there's already a donation sponsorship fund set up for that.
Within the pool. And it just goes into the fund balance, which helps operating.
So those sponsorship banners that are sold are going to go into that fund?
Correct.
And that's going to be done through the city?
Correct.
Okay.
And so that is, say it again. Like, so I guess I just want to make sure that if we're putting all this energy, it's not going to go to fund salary for the administrative assistant, right? Like
No.
that there's going to be that kind of thing. I just wanted to make sure about that. And then, because one of the things that we've been thinking big picture about is how do we use grants to accomplish some of the things that we want to do at the pool to increase attendance and things like that, and be smart that if the pool isn't there and it goes somewhere else, there's still a reason we have these things there, right?
The grants, any grants you would get under your own 501(c)(3), any grants would have to be in conjunction, written and talked about with the manager or Harry Kicko,
Right.
the assistant manager.
So I guess.
Because they would actually be this,
Right,
you would find them, we would get them.
right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr.
Yeah,
Kicko.
you would need a
The
sponsor.
Nature Works
Yeah.
has to be city.
Yeah, you would need a sponsor. So I've gotten NatureWorks grants for various parks. Anything outside of a government affiliated, state affiliated, you'll go for those. And then we would need a sponsor, which would be the city. Then you apply for it, we sponsor it, and then it comes into the coffers for whatever that purposes and then find out what the guidelines are for that prior to acceptance.
So in your mind, the banners are really for operating expenses and not really for capital improvements of the pool area?
Not per se. I mean, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, sir.
I think we're going to have to see, this is the first year we've ever used SwimSafe. I mean, they are tip of the tip, top of the market. They run pools. We run cities. So, some of this is exploratory of, how well can a tier one, pool contractor run our pool? Things like marketing and pricing and, everything else, of, what it takes to make our pool successful as part of the contract.
Right.
So, encouraging people to come swim and, participate with, getting, season passes and daily passes and concession costs and everything else. Some of this is, we're just gonna have to see where the numbers line up by the end of the season.
Do we have an idea though? I know it was like 60 grand the last meeting I went to, the delta,
Well-
like of what, did you come up with a better number?
For the ending balance, which number are
Or like
you?
the operating, like if everything was the way
To
it
balance
was
out.
last year, as far as revenue goes.
You add in SwimSafe.
Right.
So with SwimSafe, we were estimating about $192,000 in cost, and the revenue is $100,000. So we're using fund balance to get it started. So the whole idea was to get the park board and get all that good energy to help
That's
bring
right.
money in. It's all like one pot, basically, so it needs those donations to help fill that gap, to keep it operating, so.
But was the 90,000, is that a real number? Like if you take away the time it would take you to hire people and onboard them through payroll and all those kinds of things, has some of those savings been taken into account?
On the 90,000 that you're talking about that we're carrying over,
Shortfall, yeah.
it's like money in the checkbook that we haven't spent. So the basic operating is going to be 100,000 in revenue and 192 in expenses. Yeah, so it's looking to cost us more to use them unless we get, the extra energy and the extra donations.
And that's kind of where we're trying to figure out how,
What do we need to raise?
what.
100,000.
100,000.
And that would put that 90 back.
But that's
Anything you guys
no
get.
capital improvements, right? That
Well,
is just-
possibly. We're very conservative because we're measuring this by pool attendance previous seasons and
And
things.
previous
So-
seasons, malfunctions, equipment malfunctions, right?
Right.
Yes.
That's the part with this whole pool, as we had talked about numerous times, it's the foundation of the pool. So when we talk about Nature Works grants, we talk about all these other grants, we are doing what we can to operate. So when we want to do capital improvements like the gazebos are okay because they can stay even if the pool closes, because it's a minimum of 15 years on a Nature Works grant. The property as a whole is under a land conservation, which is for basically eternity. So when you are going for these grants, yes, we'll be able to put things in, but it won't be for the foundation of the pool.
Absolutely.
So that potential talk of rec center, things like
And
that,
$150,000 isn't gonna fix the bottom.
no, it won't. No, it won't. The big thing
So like
would be,
it's not enough to do that.
is just to know that the excess money that would come in, cover the SwimSafe contract, cover the things that SwimSafe does not do. And if that's is a number that is covered, and then let's just say you have $25,000 additional, either A, that's got to go into the next year's fund balance to operate one more year, or if it's so successful, people want to continue to do that, that $25,000 goes into a capital improvement fund for the potential match for a new facility, for the talks of if there's something greater.
So I guess basically what we're asking is, what is the best way that we as a Friends of the Pool group can operate and be helpful going forward in keeping the pool open as long as possible until something greater arrives? Yes, that's what we're
Any money that your organization would raise, through however you raise it, you could donate it to the city for the pool. And you heard what they said.
Right.
It'll go for operating. Anything's left over at the end of the year will go into a reserve fund for future pool, rec center.
We're not gonna raise $100,000 by selling banners.
Right.
Well, that's why we're gonna put.
Right?
Oh, no.
No, I mean, I think it can offset. I mean, what we need is a very successful pool season. The big money, we're talking $5 million. You guys aren't gonna raise that type of money. That's more a little bit, well, not a little bit, that's a lot bit on me to try to figure out some other methods that I can get, that level of money, big sponsorships, deals that, we could possibly work out with larger corporations, county government, state government, federal government. That is the leg of this that I'm carrying. You all, I would say, is more, we've allocated more money than we typically would to run the pool this season in hopes that this is the best pool season we've had in decades. So I think your energy is primarily focused on the tactical level of making sure this pool season is successful as possible. And the social media campaign encouraging people to go to the pool, I mean, that's a fundraising within itself. Is you're enticing people to come, spend money at the concession stand, get your day pass, get your season pass, events at the pool, things that you can work with SwimSafe on, where, things that we'd even talked about, like an after hours, adult, pool, time and things of that nature where we can expand these operations, run it like a business. And the business needs to be as successful as possible because that also gives me leverage. So when I go after larger corporate sponsorships and state, county, and federal money, I can say, hey, look, we have this thing here. It's a dinosaur, but it's still super successful. We're a growing city. Please, help us out, kind of thing. So that's where I would be postured is I think, just getting this, let's get through this year. Because even SwimSafe said, I know it's a one-year plan, and that's, council, and again, I don't want to put words in their mouth, want to see what happens this year. But there may be an opportunity that we can extend this so long as, we're finalizing a long-term strategic plan. So.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to say that the way I see you, and I hope this is the way you see yourselves, is if you can continue our pool next year and maybe the year after and the year after, squeeze through with enough extra funds to let us say, yes, we can continue to put that kind of money into it. Then we would have time, hopefully, to get the big rec center, which is what I think all of us want. It's what we've all been talking about. With a nice big outside pool, I would like to see an inside pool, a sauna, all kinds of cool, good things, and there's no reason we can't put our brains together and work on this. At this time, I'm wanting to talk to council later about the opioid one, the Ohio's Opioid Act, opioid one. There's like $7 million available to our county. Nobody's took advantage of that for 7 years. I want to help bring that, and that's for a rec center. So, I mean, I think with him working, I'll try to work, if they'll let me, if they want me to. You know how it is, we have to do things. But I mean, I think if you can just keep us limping until we can build, then I think that's perfect. I would love that. And I know that's a big ask.
Is there a number that is like
There
limited?
probably is a number, and my guess would be 100,000. I mean, it's a big number.
Choose your lady?
It's a big, but
Do you know?
it's doable. I do believe it's
Talking 90
doable.
kind of gets us
Yeah, that's what I
balanced.
figured, yeah.
Is there like a number at the end of the season where like, so we know like historically pools don't pay for themselves in the
Right.
cities. Money. Is there a number where at the end of the year, you're like, oh, we only spent 10K or 15K or 20K? Is there a number where the council is like, this is okay, we can work with this for now?
I think we would each have our own number. For me, anything over 50 is going to feel good. It's like, man, these girls are really trying, or this group is trying.
50? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
50,000.
$50,000.
Well, right, not $50. yeah.
No, not $50.
So do you
Yeah.
mean like,
Yeah.
like a surplus of 50,000?
Yeah, if you can kick in the activities and events and things that'll make people go, I love going to the pool. And that brings us up in sales and, you know, up to that price, then we have more going in. We don't have to feel so guilty about spending everybody's number on a pool they don't go to. And that, for me, has been the issue. We've got all ages that do not go, you know, I can go down my block and nobody goes to the pool, but they're all paying money for that pool to operate. And I personally feel bad about that. It's not how I think they want me to spend their money, you know, and I'm trying to do what I think they want. But I believe that's a different number for every one of us.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
And there's other things, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, so aim high, aim to the $100,000, and come to us at the end of the year and tell us what you have.
Yes, yes.
I just feel really handicapped if you guys are gonna take the money from the banners, like, that's really easy and high impact. I feel like asking us to raise $50,000 is unrealistic.
Well, you will have to do us in half.
I know, I'm just saying.
No,
like, I
that
think
money,
that's crazy.
that money from the banners will go into the
Yeah.
pools.
Yeah, that's part of it.
So that would include,
Order, come on, one at a time. This is right.
I was just saying that the money from the banners goes into the only place for the pool money to go. So it'll be there,
I just hate
sitting,
doing
yeah.
that for operating. It's just like asking somebody to sponsor something to operate for operating just feels like it's not improving anything.
I'm sorry it feels that way.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
get it.
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for your
Good.
time.
Mr. Moore, you have something?
So something coming from the nonprofit world, some of your biggest challenges is going to be seeking operating expenses for assets that you don't own.
Right.
So that's a big challenge already.
Yeah.
However, with the organization that you may want to create is how can you utilize funding from other resources like she mentioned, opioid or mental health
Right.
or child development in some sort to where you can find some foundation grant funds that will cover operating expenses or programming expenses that you could utilize at the pool.
Yeah.
So there's some loopholes and some ways to get around some of that. When you're saying $50,000 is too much, I'm thinking it's a drop in the bucket because I've seeked bigger dollars.
We get grants,
Right.
Foundation grants.
Correct. So
But having a food truck rally isn't gonna raise 50.
it is not. And you're going to work 10 times harder running that rally than you are going to write a grant.
Exactly.
So I'm just suggesting, like, if you're going to establish that 501c3, there are some other avenues that you can look at besides the nickel and diming of
Right.
doing all these fundraisers.
Right.
It's exhausting. You're going to burn out really quick, and you're going to be like,
We've done that.
yes, I know you have PTO, like, I get it. So I'm just putting that out there, like, there is great dollars out there that will fit what it is that you do. And that could really benefit those kids that you can use for operating expenses.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And then just really quick,
Sir.
just, I guess, I'm a visual speaker, so if you look at yourself as like a three-legged stool, the one leg is the city, in the government. What we have done is we've hired the top-tier talent to run the pool. So they will generate more, hopefully, more revenue than what we ever could as just lay people trying to run the pool and the city. The other thing is this offsets my labor cost. So I have very senior salary people that are dedicating a lot of time of the summer, me included, into ensuring that it's a safe environment, that is being ran properly. So SwimSafe eliminates that. So there is a little bit of immeasurable savings that will equate at the end of the year. The Parks and Rec Board, I'd classify them more at the strategic level. Those are the ones who I'm going to be working with, along with council, on the long-term plan of, this limp-along thing. We all know that the inevitable is coming. So that's what the Parks and Rec Board, the council, and I are going to be focused on. You all are this other leg, this very courteous leg of the stool that's there to enhance, the attendance at the pool, the energy of people wanting why the pool is so special, why people should want to participate in this, and then any other extra creative solutions that you guys have to bring in additional revenue. But we're all on one team. You guys don't have to carry this whole load on your shoulder. Like, we're all, in this together. So I think collaboration is going to be really important. So I would encourage you to, attend give us updates, throughout, the spring, summer, and fall season, along with attending the meetings and things of that nature, and just reach out to me personally if you want to just armchair it for a while and talk about where you're at and, and we do, have a residential expert of nonprofits. So if that's some assistance that you need as well, we'd be happy to help.
Okay, with that, we'll move on to resolutions.
Yeah, go ahead. So similar to the Swim Safe contract, we have option A and option B of the first two resolutions. When Chris reads them out, essentially what we're saying here is Resolution 26-01R is to amend the council rules to have our meetings on Tuesdays, vice Mondays. Resolution 26-02R would be basically just renewing the same rules that that had this previous year. So do you want meetings on Tuesdays or keep them on Mondays? So, yeah, read both together.
So, Resolution 2026-01R, introduction, public hearing, and action tonight. A resolution amending and adopting the New Carlisle Rules of Council. Resolution 2026-02R, introduction, public hearing, and action tonight. A resolution adopting the New Carlisle Rules of Council.
Okay, before I entertain a motion, 2601R is to move it to Tuesday night, correct?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
The second one is to keep it on Monday night.
Yes, sir.
Correct? I know that the administration would like to keep it Monday night, and I think most of council does. So if you want to keep it on Monday night, make the motion for 2026-02R, and the other one will die for lack of a motion. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion on the second one.
Second.
I have a motion for Resolution 2026-02R by Mr. Cook, and a second by Vice Mayor Shammy.
Okay. Mayor Lindsay,
Yes.
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Bond,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright,
Yes.
Councilwoman Eggleston,
No.
Vice Mayor Shammy.
Yes.
Accepted 6-1.
So our meetings will remain on Monday night at 6.
Resolution 2026-03R, introduction, public hearing, and action tonight. A resolution providing for the permanent transfer of funds from the general fund to the street levy, general bond retirement, Twin Creeks bond, street sweeper bond, and the government center funds of the city of New Carlisle.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Shammy, second by Mr. Cook.
Summary, I'll allow Ms. Harris to elaborate, but in the simple explanation, we need to transfer some money around to pay some bills. But Ms. Harris, if you would like to elaborate.
That's pretty much what.
Okay.
It's in the budget, and it's our annual transfers for us to put those monies from the general fund into the appropriate funds for us to write the checks for those debt payments.
Any questions by council?
Councilman Bond,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright,
Yes.
Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Shammy,
Yes.
Mayor Lindsay.
Yes.
Councilman Cook.
Yes.
Accepted 7-0. Resolution 2026-04R, introduction, public hearing, and action tonight. A resolution adopting a sponsorship and donation policy for the New Carlisle Pool.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Shammy, second by Miss Eggleston.
Mrs. Wright.
Oh, Mrs. Wright, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's.
In a summary of this, of the affirmation, banners and sponsorships for the pool. This is just the resolution, legislation of, ensuring that it's fair, that we offer this to everyone and don't grocery shop.
Any comments, questions from council? Ma'am?
Councilwoman Eggleston?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Shammy?
Yes.
Mayor Lindsay?
Yes.
Councilman Cook?
Yes.
Councilman Bond?
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright?
Yes.
7-0. Resolution 2026-05R, introduction, public hearing, and action tonight. A resolution authorizing the purchase of real property located at West Jefferson Street and South Adams Street.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Vice Mayor Shammy, second by Mrs. Wright. Explanation?
Yes, summary for this legislation. We've discussed over the last couple council meetings, the Presbyterian Church, historic church on Jefferson Street has offered their buildings and grounds as a donation to the city of New Carlisle. In order for us to accept this, we will need to do a real estate transaction. So this is the legislation that would allow us to close the property. Last week, we met with and also we've done previous inspections, both environmental and structural, which all checked out. We attached to your council packet the last council meeting. This past week, we met with an architect to start the design phase, the cost. So he's taken all the blueprints of all the buildings, he's putting it into the CAD system. So then we can start the phases of, how we can purpose this, property.
Okay. Any other questions from council or comments? Mr. Bond?
I noticed the purchase price of $1. Did you ask them if by chance they could do any better?
Did you negotiate that down?
I negotiated the best of my abilities,
All right.
Councilman Bond.
No, we're very gracious for that.
And Mr. Cook?
99 cents wasn't hurt.
Do we have any kind of a, I guess, ballpark number on the cost to, I guess, change that building over again? The reason I'm asking, I don't want to get into another 101 building.
What do you mean by 101? That predates me.
Well, you've got the architects looking around, and we're going to have to probably put air conditioning in there, some other things. Do we have a ballpark number?
So right now, I got the architect to come in and get this put on CAD so we can look at it and say, hey, as the building, what can we do with it? Once we say, hey, this kind of works for us, then he'll go into full design, and then he'll give us a list of kind of what needs to go in the building. We will then take that along with the architect and start pricing stuff out. So at this point, we don't have a price of the HVAC on it. Will be $30,000, $100,000, $200,000. Not even a clue. So once he gets it in, his mechanical engineer they'll have to bring on, and then they'll get some numbers for us. And at that point, council will be making a decision because it will be definitely an expensive venture as a whole.
I guess I'm looking at the situation that we occurred with that 101 building, and we went into that, I guess, blindsided.
Main Street.
Okay, from my understanding, 101 was minimal cost to the city. We actually had a very good investment of 101, where we bought it at a very good price and put very minimal investment of taxpayer dollars in it. And now it's reappraised for almost twice the amount that we bought and put into it. So I do think, there's fat numbers, like commercial construction, from what they told us, it's $350 per square foot. So what I asked the architect is, once we get this in CAD, is, much like building a home, like, how much is this going to cost me with all the options? Like this thing decked out, Cadillac version, what's my bid grade option? What's my sustainability option? I don't see this endeavor as something that we're going to spend $3 million and have these buildings, like the Crystal Palace by the end of 2026. I think there's going to be phases involved in this. We spent a lot of time talking about our finances, where we're at right now, some of the issues, we have with the pool and infrastructure, other needs within the city. So I think, the church seems that it is in very good shape. And for, some of the ideas that we have of repurposing it, it'll be a pretty minimal cost. It already has HVAC in it. It has been used as a house of worship and assembly hall. It passed all the inspections, but the center could be, depending on what we want to do with it, it could be a costly endeavor.
Mrs. Gross?
I just have a question. We're selling the 101 building, right, to offset the cost of any remediation in the church building? Correct?
That would be our, if it is going to be considered to be, administrative buildings. We do have 2 administrative buildings currently right now, so that would be, the plan would be to sell our real estate, to utilize that money along with the money we have in funding that's been allocated for city infrastructure, to use that money first to invest, to get the buildings, the best that we can.
Okay.
But, again, until we really, get deep into this, we're not going to, truly know. I mean, there is a little bit of risk associated to real estate. And, but we feel, especially with the historical significance of this building, and also the collateral consequences if we don't accept the donation. Are we willing to take that risk? I mean, you look at 101, and, some may say it's a success, others may not. But we have been able to preserve the old City Hall building into a very nice building with, people who have already done walkthroughs and are open to, potentially purchasing this building in excess, where we'll make a profit. So, some of this is, that we have, I look at it much like a family budget. Like, you got to pay your bills, you have your vacation fund, you need to make sure that you have a year's worth of saving, ideally, saved up. We checked all those boxes, but then you have your investment funds. And that's, where I look at, this situation right now is we're utilizing some of our investment funds. Some of that is a bit philosophical of investing in to, what our settlers, built for us here in the city and how we look at historical buildings here in New Carlisle.
Anybody else? Ma'am?
Okay, Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Shammy.
Yes.
Mayor Lindsay,
Yes.
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Bond,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright.
Yes.
Accepted 7-0.
On with the ordinances, ma'am.
2 introductions and 0 action tonight. Ordinance 2026-01, introduction tonight, public hearing and action on 2/2/26. An ordinance authorizing the city manager to execute a memorandum of understanding with the collective bargaining unit for the purpose of adding a cell phone issuance in stipend policy. Ordinance 2026-02, introduction tonight, public hearing and action on 2/2/26. An ordinance providing for the submission to the electors of the city of New Carlisle, proposed amendments to Article 8 of the city charter. In other business, additional city business, moratorium discussion, current moratoriums expire 4/1/26. Proposed mayor charter amendment, which is attached, and open for other city-related discussion.
Council have anything?
Mayor, I do.
Ma'am?
I was wanting to let you guys know that I've also been thinking, I mentioned the Ohio One opioid contract and the grant. I do want your permission or your whatever. I will need some time from Colleen, and hopefully I could work with April to get this grant written. Doesn't mean I'll get it, but I want to try. I think it's valid for us. We would do, I was thinking, mental health counseling and drug rehab things in part of the rec center, and it would just be a future thinking thing. It would take almost 2 years to get the grant. We have lots of time, lots of working abilities to do that. The other thing that I did want to mention was the New Carlisle Community Garden. I'm a member of that, and we, as an infant, what do you call it? We let our 501c3 be a church, and we worked under them. I was wanting to do the same thing, that now that the garden has our 501c3, let the social services work under us, and that way we could collect and hold their monies to use for the repairs and things that they choose. We would just be a clearinghouse for their money. So that's something else that's on my mind. I will go to the meeting on Friday. I've talked to Mr. Kraybacher, and he's totally good with it too. So I don't know if it's more of FYI, I'm really not asking permission, I guess, but it's a heads up, and I think it might be a valid use of, if they get money donated to fix homes, then the social services could keep it in our side pocket, get it out as they need it. That would be how that would work. There'd be no charge, it's nothing like that. It's a 501c3, and we would have to maintain that, of course, we're going to anyways. So, I don't know. If you have a question, I'd be happy to try to answer it. I don't know everything, of course.
I think having a grant writer to reach out for some of these grants on behalf of council would be a good idea. She may get them, she may not get them, but if council has no objection to her attempting this, we can put it into a form of a motion, if you like, ma'am.
I don't know how you want to do it. I don't know. I don't know how it should go.
I can't make the motion for you.
I motion that I try to get a grant to help with the rec facility that we would wish to have in the future. Does that
Okay.
work?
That work? Can I hear a second?
Second.
For a second.
Any other discussion on the motion? Whenever you're ready, ma'am.
Mayor Lindsay,
Yes.
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Bond,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright,
Yes.
Councilwoman Eggleston,
Yes.
and Vice Mayor Shammy.
Yes.
Accepted, 7.
Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you. I'll need it, probably.
The, under other business, one of the items is the moratorium discussion on, I believe it's the pot and things of that nature. Use here in the city, we put a moratorium on it.
Yeah.
Does council want to continue the moratorium or completely just outlaw it altogether within the city limits? And the floor is open for discussion.
I just want to say I really didn't understand what you said there, and I did not see anything about a moratorium. So if
It's
you could-
under other business.
I missed that. So just tell me.
It's, a year ago, around April, we passed a moratorium on having, I forget what they call them, a
Dispensary?
dispensary
Okay.
for marijuana
I thought that's what this
here
was
in
about.
town,
Yeah.
along with anything else that they would sell. I know a lot of the cities around us are
Vape shops.
vape shops.
And vape shops, yeah.
In vape shops. I know a lot of the cities around us has outlawed them completely after they had a moratorium for a year or two. So what is council's pleasure on this, because it expires in April 1st? Mr. Bond?
I'm fine just outlawing them myself.
Okay.
But if moratorium is, I guess, to me, it doesn't, those types of establishments don't keep the wholesome small-town feel that we're kind of after here. And so I think to not allow those is fine with me. So we can either not allow it, or I'd take an extension on the moratorium as a secondary.
Which motion would you like to make then?
I'll make a motion to change, it would be to change our code, I believe, wouldn't it? To
It'd be zoning.
zoning code to not allow for those types of establishments.
Second.
So, Mr. Hall?
Yeah. So I've spoken with many of you about this. I mean, this is one of the uniquenesses that we have is we can make dictations within our community of what we would like to allow and things that, you know, we don't want in our community. So I know we're focused on dispensaries and vape shops, But I'd also challenge you to think about anything else within the community that you feel that we have adequate support for, things that, we would like to entice into the city. Again, not, projecting this, but, we have a lot of mechanics in town. We use car lots. These are different things that I would ask you all to kind of consider. And we could focus on this one, but, also since we're having the topic and the discussion, we have a little bit of time before we're going to be introducing this legislation to think about, what do you feel that you would not like to preserve, the culture and the values within our community? And then also, where can we open the door? One thing I learned when I was stationed out in New Jersey, I lived in a county called Burlington. It was the largest county. Believe it or not, it was very rural. It's where they train racehorses. And it was called a no franchise clause. But essentially, if you owned five or more franchises, you weren't allowed to do business in the entire county. So, these are the types of things that you can do as, a municipal governing body, that I would, ask you guys to consider, because we are growing and we do have commercial property and we have some vacant, commercial buildings and things. Me and Mr. Moore do our best to try to solicit businesses and entice investors to come and want to do business here. But, when we're able to, put those boundaries in there, that makes it a lot easier.
Speaking of one of the moratoriums that I would like to see council address and do is put a moratorium on any more housing developments, like what's going on up north, the plat-type homes. If they want to build, they need a minimum of 2 to 5 acres, or at least 2, and they can have 100 acres if they want, but we don't want, I don't think the city wants any more housing development plats that we have. But bigger places, a minimum of 2 acres, something like, I guess they would call it like a mini ranch or a mini farm or something.
Yeah.
And then, of course, our codes would have to allow them, to have certain type of animals if we're going to call it a mini farm or a ranch. That's just something for council to think about. Excuse me. Sir?
Mr. Mayor?
Hand up first.
I agree with you. I don't know if we should say 2 acres, but at least a 1 acre lot to build another home in our city limits. I think, I don't know, there are a few lots that are probably appropriate to build on still. But if they're going to do a brand-new lot out on our edges, then I think an acre is fine. I also, one of my things is, I don't want to see one of these mega gas stations. I don't think that fits in New Carlisle. I don't want a big old, whatever they're called, I know there's like 4 or 5 names going on right now. Big mega units, I mean, like the one in Park Lane. That's huge, and it's not what I see for New Carlisle. If we got one more small one, I think that might be appropriate with the growth of our city to have another, but I think we need to limit the amount of cars it would serve. If there's a way to do that, I think that would be a good idea. And, yeah, as far as the moratorium on the pop place or whatever, I'm okay if we kill it for now, because there's going to be more people that are going to be voting. If they want something, they can come to us and we can talk about that. I mean, that's just my feeling on it, so.
Mr. Biden?
If Mr. Shammy withdraws his second, I'll withdraw my motion. But I'm just wondering if, rather than make a motion tonight and make a decision on this tonight, it wouldn't be more prudent to think about this and so that we can make one motion and have everything that we'd like to put in there, maybe set this up for a discussion at the next meeting or something.
I withdraw my second.
Withdraw my motion.
So being no motion, anything else before council?
No.
Mr. Hall, you have anything else, sir?
No, Mr. Mayor. Just want to, again, thank our township folks and residents who came to our council meeting tonight.
Absolutely.
We definitely encourage this, so thank you. Thank you for being here tonight.
So,
Mr. Mayor, motion to adjourn.
Mayor?
Councilman Bond?
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright?
Yes.
Councilwoman Eggleston? Yes. Vice Mayor Shamey?
Yes.
Mayor Cook, or Mayor Lindsay? Sorry.
Yes.
Councilman Cook?
Yes.
Eventually I'll get it, I
You went all
promise.
night.
We're adjourned.
All night.